Poppers. They're calling you. Whatever.
Hi.
Howdy.
Annie. Hey.
She's got other plans.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, maybe a bug spray is gonna be. Be a popper. Maybe.
Maybe before she jumped in.
Right?
You get a
hear me all right? Now, Robert, what are you doing? That's not right. Okay. Yeah, I don't have my external mic. I looked at it though. I just cast right over my other line. Yes, I did. Still there? Oh. I really need to move that other pole. Yeah, I keep casting right over the top of my carp pole. Paying attention. How you doing? Doing all right. Yourself?
Good.
Any luck?
Nothing yet. I sounded so nervous about too, and I didn't get shit.
Yeah, that that spot gets a lot of pressure. Ever since I started posting it on fish right to everybody and their fucking brothers down there. I haven't been down here in a while. So I figured I'd swing down.
Saw you're sitting over at what's this spot on over by Loma? It's the wood boat spot campground.
Yeah, I fished over there for a little while.
Did you know that was a goldeneye?
Oh, you can't keep them cocksuckers off. No, I caught a couple of good-sized catfish, sturgeon, all sorts of stuff full out there. I actually had better luck the following weekend. I fished just outside of Fort Benton.
Oh, maybe that's where it was. On that little campground outside of town a little bit.
Yeah. I caught almost a 16-pound cat and 18.5-pound carp. Caught some walleye, some sauger. That's a good spot. It just sucks. The embankment is rough.
Yeah, be sitting there, I'd be getting notification after notification. Like, cool, dude.
Yeah, no, a good spot though. It really, I mean, you can fish for almost anything there. You get out into the current, you can catch the walleye, the sauger, the sturgeon.
Yeah.
I went to, over the weekend, first time out Tiber, totally skunked.
Yeah, how did you go below the dam?
No, it had been above the dam in Lake Elwell.
Okay.
It was at one of the first boat ramps. It wasn't all the way down to Tiber Dam. People were catching shit all around me. I don't know what the hell. They didn't like me.
I was at Ackley last year, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go home late October, see if I can catch some tiger or something.
Mm-hmm.
Squat. Everybody else is catching trout.
Yeah, trout are pretty easy to catch there. I ran into a guy at Pishkin a couple of weekends ago that was saying that he's caught 3 tigers out of there so far this year, but they were all in May. He said that
Pishkin?
No, out of Ackley.
Oh, out of Ackley.
I was at Pishkin and I ran into him at the boat ramp, and he was asking me how the hell I was catching the pike out of Pishkin. I started talking to him, and yeah, he said that he'd been doing really well at Ackley this year. But he said he's super shallow. He was fishing like 5 to 10 foot max,
That's weird.
trolling with shad wraps,
Huh.
just little 3-4 inch. He said when you can keep the trout from biting them, that you'll pull in the pike. He just said he's fished it a few years and he has only ever had luck early in the year. I don't know. I've run into a couple other guys there as well that fish all throughout the year. The one guy that I ran into last year, he said that he's pulled, half a dozen 40+ inchers out of there, that he's still after the 50-er. But he's off in the west end of Ackley.
Yeah.
In about 10 to 15 foot of water. Super weedy. And he's just back there casting, the massive tiger muskie lures, 12
big
inch,
old,
15 inch.
Top water things.
Some of them top water, most of them are swim baits.
Oh, okay.
And the big rubbers. But he seemed like he knew what he was doing. But I was trying to troll around in that area, and I got a jet boat. Fuck, man, them weeds just kill my motor. Suck that shit up. Spend 15 minutes every time you stop cleaning it out.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, no, I need to get an actual prop trolling motor on my boat so I can play around in that stuff. But there's tiger muskie in the lake back here
I've been there a
too.
couple times this year.
I had one on my line last year. Didn't land it.
Where do you go find them at? That's just kind of all over the place.
I've seen one. The first time that I went over there, I didn't actually fish. I had just never been over there before. My buddy was showing me how to get over there. It was on the north side. You know where the little island is on the north side? It's like you go a little ways down north. So
The little one. So kind of towards this shore.
yeah, it's right off the shore. It's
Yeah.
probably 15 foot offshore.
A little
There's
dinky guy. You
yeah,
can walk to it almost.
well,
Sometimes.
it's slop. It's like quicksand.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they had drug a little canoe over there, and they had got over to the island. But I saw them pull in. It looked like a pike, but I don't think there's pike back there. It must have been a muskie.
Huh.
But I usually fish on the southeast corner. If you look at
Southeast. Is that kind of towards that little inlet?
yes, there's the deepest part of the pond over there is over in the southeast corner, and I fish off the edge of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had one big hard bite, had it on the line, had a few, reels on it, gone. God damn it. But yeah, I went there probably 10 times last year. They're in there.
Took my daughter last time. The time before that, there was just a bunch of carp rolling in that little spot there.
Oh, dude, there are some massive carp back there.
Rosie, you gotta come with me. We'll bring some corn and you can just sit there and hang out.
Did you catch any of them?
I got a largie though.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, go back to the little.
Now, all I've ever pulled out of there that I've actually landed is frickin' bullheads and these stupid little bluegills. But yeah, I was down there last year when they were spawning, and God, just huge everywhere, you know, tails in the water. Man, I cannot get a carp to bite back there to save my fucking life. I don't get it.
Crazy. I'm gonna keep at it.
Dude from Fish and Game was telling me for bass, and you're throwing the right set. He said throw large, obnoxious shit that you'd think bass have probably never seen before. He just said that they get so much fishing pressure in little ponds like this that they stop biting on most of the regular shit, and that they will bite on lures literally as big or bigger than they are. So he said, oh, that little ones all around in the shallows here. Yeah, that was his thing. He's super bass fisherman. That's what he was saying. Is any local pond that he goes to, he brings his tiger muskie lures, and he said he just kills. What's that? Yeah, he just said the bigger, the more obnoxious, the better. Carp aren't biting tonight yet. I've had a couple of nibbles on my bobber here. Drop shot rig, but I don't know if it's bluegill or freaking turtles. These goddamn turtles down here harass me. What's everyone doing tonight? Looks like we've got a few people in here, maybe. Is that 6 live viewers or 6 total viewers? This is my first stream. Somebody help me out here. Oh, 5. That must be live viewers. Scared somebody off. Well, we got one carp pole in the water and another one I'm using a drop shot rig. Seeing if we can pull in a bass. I never have much luck for bass here. Just testing out the live stream. Okay. Yeah, I was reading it. It said for new, if you have under 1,000 subscribers, that they limit the live streams to whatever your subscriber count is plus 25. But they limit your audience until you get 1,000 subscribers. Seems kind of fucking weird. Oh, now 4. Maybe I should stop talking. Bait stealing bastards.
Annie.
shot rig here. We'll sinker on the bottom with a bobber up top. It's a little unorthodox for bass fishing, but I found it actually works fairly well. You just kind of jiggle it across the surface of the water, slow reel. It is really pretty down here, especially around sunset. I just added you as a moderator. Yeah. Not that you really need to moderate all of my 4 viewers here. Oh. People on the dock caught a bluegill. Boy, he looks like he's probably about 5 or 6 maybe. Hey Josie J, how you doing? Doing decent, just fishing at the local pond, seeing if we can get a carp on the line, maybe a bass. Finally got my 50 subscribers, so I went testing out the live stream feature. Yeah, first time streaming. Well, on YouTube. Took me a couple of weeks to get enough subscribers before I could actually stream. So I had a couple hours of time to kill. I figured I'd hop down to the pond and try it out. Beautiful night out. Fish aren't cooperating though. Killing it on bluegill over there. I hate those things. Just steal my bait. And the turtles. The turtles are really bad here. Nothing I hate worse catching than a turtle. So hard to get the hook out of. I am in Montana, Cascade County. Where are you from, Josie? Missouri. Nice. Been through there. Never stopped for anything other than gas, though. You do much fishing over there? Oh, I asked if you do much fishing over there in Missouri. Sorry, is my mic low? I forgot my external mic. I'm just using the mic on my iPhone. What do you like to fish for? Oh, all right. Bass, nice. Yeah, I don't do a lot of bass fishing. There are bass in this pond. For the heck of it today, I'm trying to see if I can catch one. Most of them are just itty bitty little guys, though. I think the biggest one I've caught out of here is about 2 pounds. Seen some 4 or 5 pounders come out of this pond, but not on the end of my rod. Normally I carp fish here, carp and sucker. Oh, there's another worm they stole. Rebel brand crick hopper. Okay, I have shit, I think I have a crawdad, a rebel crawdad. I don't know if I got a crick hopper. I might. Is that a surface lure? Or is it a shallow diver? In fact, I think I might actually have one of those. I found it at one of the fishing holes I go to. It's a surface lure, though. It's got a weird little bill on it that creates a disturbance in the water. It just goes across the top. I've never used it. The crawdad, I haven't used it. I use Fish Brain, and there's a guy on there that I follow that, God, he catches everything off the damn crawdad one. He goes down to the Missouri River that's near here, and he catches bass, he catches pike, he catches black crappie, all sorts of stuff off it, trout. Which makes sense. I mean, almost every fish I've harvested in the last 2 years, I always open up the stomachs, and they're always full of crawdads. But I bought one because I saw him catching everything with it. I've never actually tried. Just barely goes under the surface, kind of wiggles. Is that the grasshopper one you're talking about? Yeah, after I reel this in, I'll grab my tackle box. I think I have the one that I found. It might be the one you're talking about. I think I found that one of the times I was at the Sun River. I find more lures at fishing places. Like in my backpack, I have 4 stacked tackle boxes, and one whole tackle box is just found lures. Fire tagger. All right. You fishing for largemouth or smallmouth? Usually when I find one, I'm like, all right, I'll throw this on and try it out for a little while. Just for the hell of it. That one I found at the end of my fishing trip, so I didn't get a chance to try it. I honestly forgot I had it until you mentioned it. Now might be a good time for that. I do see a lot of them surfacing, eating bugs off the surface. Both, okay. Yeah, I think this pond's mainly got largemouth in it. Missouri, where I fish a couple of places, I catch smallmouth. This little kid keeps getting so excited every time he pulls in a bluegill. Just squealing over there. I used to catch goggle eye, but I never see them anymore. Is that a kind of fish? Goggle eye. I know I got some jig heads that are called goggle eyes. Never heard of goggle eye fish. Oh jeez, I got a wind knot here. Is it a wind knot? No, it's just some fuzz. Rock bass, okay. There are here in Montana. I know that I've seen them on the FWP site. There's a couple of water bodies that we have for rock bass. Or something grab my line. And he's gone. Dang it. I know that we have a few water bodies that have rock bass in them. I think they're in eastern Montana though, maybe. I'm in central Montana. I don't think we have any of those around here. All right, let me go grab the tackle. I think this might be what you're talking about. This little guy, it's got the weird little round bill on it. This one's just chartreuse, orange, and black. Guess I could toss around and see if I can catch something. Not having any luck on worms. Other than a couple of bites, which is probably just the bluegill stealing my bait. Clear tongue instead of the thingy. The popper nose. Okay. Yeah, Rebel makes some interesting lures. I only have a few of their lures. I don't know, I'm gonna try this one though. I do see all sorts of fish surfacing. Let's fish some water here for a minute. Well, we'll try her out and see. Came down here to fish for carp, but they are not biting right now. And I got a lovely wind on here. These are always fun. Unravel this. Oh, hey. Half of it just came out. Let's see. Well, hell yeah. That took 2 seconds. That never happens. Do you normally tie straight onto your lures or do you use a clip? I always ask people. Seems like everybody ties on. I'm too lazy. I always just use a clip. shallows is where I keep seeing them surface. Got some itty bitty little babies following it in. They ain't much bigger than the lure. He went from being happy catching bluegills to screaming. That's no good. I don't know if you can see over there, right there. There's the surface of all over the damn place. Alright. Let's try this again. Annie? What that is over there? Big tail. That might be a carp spawn. A little early to use carp too. Well, they either are not liking the lure or my technique. Oh, it's all right. This pond gets so much fishing pressure. It's one of the only local bass ponds for probably a, I don't know, 40, 50 mile radius. It's pretty shallow in most places. There's an area out here that's 8 to 12 feet, but most all of this area is 5, 6 feet max. The few that I've caught out of here, I caught at the edge of the deeper pool that's here, and then down at the other end of the pond there's another probably 8 to 12 foot area, and I've caught them right on the edge of it. But it seems like every time I catch one here, it's off a completely different lure. I never catch more than one off the same lure. I caught a decent one off a chatterbait here. I caught another decent one off of a dragonfly topwater. Got a couple off of them off of, like the Mepsaglia, Aglia, whatever the hell they're called. A couple off the Blue Fox. The best luck I've had, honestly, is just with a bobber and a worm, slowly reeling it across. But I mean, they're like that big when you catch them like that. Oh, it's one of them damn, it's either one of the beavers or, what are they called? Swamp rat thingies. I want to try this guy. This is one of my go-to for pike and pretty much anything. I haven't caught a bass off of it yet though. It's called a Bandit 100. Usually I fish white, but I just got a black one a couple of weeks ago. I haven't tried it here yet. Honestly surprised I haven't had any action on the carp pole tonight. I think I got a swamp monster here. Lots of weeds this year. It's been really, really warm so far this year. Muskrat, that's the word I was looking for. Yep, that's what it is. Last year when I was fishing here, there was a little baby one, barely had its eyes open, that came crawling up out of the pond, squawking at me. Kept it company for like, I don't know, half an hour or so till I saw the mom swimming out of a hole near me. Set it in the water by the hole, and she swam out and grabbed it and disappeared back in. Yeah, I got a video of it on my channel. I think it's just a short. Dug that out from my phone after I started the channel. Super cute. One of the cutest critters I've run into down here. Ran into a baby bat here last year too. I don't know if it was like injured or what, but it was like 90 degrees outside, broad daylight. And this thing came flying up on me. Wouldn't leave me alone. Super cute, but I didn't know if it had rabies or if it was just a baby needing help. Kind of freaked me out. Yeah, it might be a little bit too weedy in here for this guy. It's a shallow diver. It only goes 2 to 5 feet, but unfortunately, most of my top water is in my tackle box in my boat. I think I have a whopper plopper in my truck. Might have to go grab that out. had the canoe in the truck, and when we got home, there was a dead bat inside. I picked it up and oh god. That's not something you want to accidentally grab. Why the hell is it in the canoe? That's weird. Yeah, I don't know, we've got the house that I bought. I'm in the process of renovating it. It's an older house built in the 70s. And there's a whole colony of bats that lives up in the eave, like by my chimney. There's like a crack, you know, in the eave, and they just live in there. They winter in there, and springtime they all start flying out. But a couple of times last year, we had left the basement door open, and goddamn bats flew inside. We had bats in our basement. That was fun. Thought I was seeing shit. Nope, it's a bat. Alright, we're gonna try this guy out. It's like a Temu version of a Whopper Plopper. Another one that I found at a fishing hole. I've never used it. Oh, somebody new. Boofin jalapenos. That's fucking gross, man. What the hell? I look like a garden gnome straight out of recovery. Awesome, thank you. Appreciate that. At least I'm not boofing jalapenos. That's it. He just came to tell me I look like a garden gnome. I don't know, man. That does not sound like a good time, though. That's all I gotta say. Any luck? I had a few nibbles, few follows, but nothing wants to party tonight. What's that? I just threw it on. This is one I've actually found this one at the Sun River. It's like a Temu Whopper Plopper. See them surface all over the place. I figured I'd try some top water.
You got a plopper?
It's a version of one. I've never
makes
caught
it?
anything out of here on one. I've seen a couple of people catch them off of ploppers.
Brian, you got one?
Brian, I think, got one, yeah.
Here, look at these fucking hogs, bro.
You pulling some good ones off ploppers?
Fuck yeah. This was last night. Yeah, and then this was Father's Day.
That's good size. That's bigger than any bass I've
Oh,
caught
yeah.
here. I've seen some 4 or 5 pounders.
I've landed about, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them big fuckers out
Yeah?
here, yeah. My kid fishes on worms and he's like, Dad, you've been out 4 hours, you haven't caught shit. I was like, I'm not fishing for the little fucking the little fish.
Yeah. And that's honestly my best luck here on bass has been off of worms. Just a bobber with a hook and a sinker. And
Floating it, yep.
just slowly drag
Yep,
across
yep.
the surface. Nothing big.
That's how I got them set up down there. And I hit 2 on a frog yesterday too.
Yeah.
What?
That sounds like you caught something.
What?
They're jumping all over the damn place. I need to get my mic. I don't know, homeboy over there said that he was catching some pretty good sized ones off ploppers last night and on Father's Day. Showed me some pictures. They look like they're 2-3 pounds plus. One thing I've ever caught off a plopper is a pike. I don't fish them very often. Like I said, I normally don't even target bass. I'm more of a pike is really my go-to. Pike and carp. I like to catfish. Everybody around here is all about trout fishing. Apparently bass fishing. I'm not very good at it. Every once in a while I'll try for them, but they seem so damn finicky, and when I catch them, they're always, it's like pulling in a wet sock. I've never really had a bass that gave me an impressive fight.
Enough fish.
Where?
Beaver, bro.
Oh.
What? No? I'd be pissed because I'd lose my popper.
Everybody's throwing the plopper now.
Can't feed them, enjoy them, right?
Right. I don't know, I've thrown plopper here a few times. I've never had any luck off them. Sure is fun when you do get some action on them, though.
I haven't hit anything with flopping yet. These are getting tight.
Yeah, I fished Salmon Lake last year and did all right with the plopper there.
I caught like 3 pinefish around ploppers too.
Yeah? Where at?
Yeah. Out by the marina.
Out by where?
Lower River Road.
Okay, okay.
Different pond.
That might be a fish. Oh yeah, here's a little one. My first whopper plopper action here. Got a baby. Look at that monster. Woo! Hey, knock it off. There we go. First fish of the night. I don't have pike close enough. Oh, that's a shame. Pike are fun. They're also really good to eat. Yeah, and just like almost every other bass I've caught, that was within 2 seconds of the lure hitting the water. At least at this pond. They're always just reaction bites. Oh, come on. There we go. Just a wee little guy. I don't know, maybe 10 inches, if that. Oh, and I caught myself. There we go. Nice little guy. Put him back. Nice. Not a monster, but at least I didn't get skunked. Big ones are good fight. My biggest 6 pounds 7 ounces largemouth was a fight. Forgot to give him a name. I normally don't name my catches, but next one I'll name just for you.
Streaming?
Yeah, streaming on YouTube. Started a YouTube channel recently. Slow go. I got like 51 subscribers.
People watching though.
What's that?
People watching? Right now?
Like 5 or 6. Yeah, it's the first time I've live streamed. You have to have 50 subscribers before they'll let you live stream. So I spent the last 2 weeks digging through all my old footage and uploading garbage and fishing a couple of times. Finally got 51, so hop down here for a couple hours. Oh, God, there's another one right at the edge, right at the shore. Literally like 6 inches from the shore. Oh, easy there. Come on, come on, come on. Hey. Man, you are gonna tangle this shit all up. Will you just chill? He's feisty. Good God. I'm gonna name this one Asshole.
What kind of flopper you got?
It's like a Timu version of a plopper. I found it at Sun River. Oh, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, it's got like collapsible.
It's like a.
Like,
It's like those turbos. They call them like turbos or something.
I don't know. It doesn't have a brand on it. I just figured it's some knockoff Timu version of a plopper.
Vince has one like that.
Does he fish the Sun River?
I?
So does he fish the Sun River? I don't know. I found this towards the end of last year down there. Down at the home bridge. All right, this guy's gonna make me get my damn pliers. God damn it. Hold on. All right. Well, this feisty little guy, I don't know. Whoa, gee, easy. I call him Sparky. He's kind of a dick.
Tangled my line all up.
About the same size as the other one, 8 inches maybe. Oh, and he's just rearing and ready to go. Well, look at what that little shit did to my line bouncing around like that. Why is it always the little ones that are so feisty? Where is this at? This is Largent Bend Pond number 2. It's just outside of Vaughn, Montana. Oh, come on. Yeah, that was literally 2 in a row. 2 casts, two catches. Oh, hey, look at that. Success. Yeah, he was a feisty little shit. All right. See if we can go 3 for 3 here. I think I saw you post some catches from Powwow.
Yeah.
Out on base.
Yeah.
You live out there?
Nope. I'm in the army though.
Oh, okay.
I can get on.
Yeah,
Bluegill.
I saw that, man. They are big there. I don't understand why they don't get any bigger here.
We were literally on the dock, dropping like little salmon eggs, just dipping them in the water. And it's just like one after the other.
They'll eat it. I bring my son down here, right? And I always bring, a can or 2 of worms, and he just bluegills, the entire time. And we ran out of worms like halfway through the day. And he's like, well, I want to fish. I'm like, well, I don't got any more worms to give you. I went out to the parking lot and I found a little itty bitty piece of chartreuse, just rubber, plastic, chunk of bullshit. Put it on the end of his hook. Dude, he caught more bluegill with that little thing. In fact, I think I still have it in my tackle box. He's all day long, he caught off that same little piece. It didn't come off, it didn't fall off. And he was just catching like crazy.
We came out here and we forgot our little marshmallow stuff. And we had gone to McDonald's before we came out. So we were just throwing chicken nuggets. Just packing little chunks of chicken nuggets up.
Bluegill, I'm convinced will feed on pretty much anything. Like I have this little green bead here.
Yeah.
Attractive bead on the end. And whole way in while I'm fucking pulling this in, and nibbling at it.
What you got there?
Ooh. Oh, is that you just popping it?
Yeah.
I got some bugs for you. Bag.
Oh,
Yeah, they seem to come out after the sun goes down. Is there anything else out in Powwow worth a damn, or is it just bluegill and...
they got bass out there,
Yeah.
trout, that'll eat glide bait.
You know they stock this every year with trout? I've only ever seen one person catch a trout out of it.
Agreed. Yeah.
And they were on a canoe. Apparently there's brookies in here.
Huh.
But they hang out between the two islands. Dude on a drunk guy in a canoe I was talking to out here last year. It's like, oh yeah, I catch the crap out of them out there. Let's see. By the way, hi Angel. Sorry I didn't say hi. Pretty good, just watching. First live. Oh, did they leave? Oh man. That's all right. Well, I appreciate you hanging in here and chatting with me. Mia was here earlier. She said hi. I don't know if she's still hanging in here or not. Mia, you still here? Looks like we got 7 viewers now. I don't know how much more daylight we have here. What are we, 9:48? Gorgeous sunset here. I'll turn you guys around. Oop. If you can see that or not. We missed it. I should have turned it around 20 minutes ago. I oughta reposition my damn carp pole here. Normally I pull 2-3 carp out of here every time I come. They are not coming out to play tonight. I think I just have it in the wrong spot. You done much fishing elsewhere this year?
Where else? Not really. Here. Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Down in Georgia last week.
What are you doing in Georgia?
Went to, it's called Tybee Island. It's right off the coast of Savannah.
Monster here. Swamp thing. What is it? I keep pulling in other people's bullshit. One way to clean the pond.
I caught somebody's surfer while I was there.
Yeah. I caught two fishing poles last year. Lost one caught two. I was at Francis. I had him in my side pole holder on the boat and was cruising across the fucking water. Goddamn thing popped out.
Huh.
Brand new ugly stick, just like this one.
That's awesome.
So,
Well, I think
what were you doing in Georgia?
went vacationing and Tybee Island. It's right off the coast, Savannah. Little like beach community, I guess is the best way to describe it.
You know, family, friends down there?
I have a cousin that is stationed at Fort Stewart, which is near Savannah. So met up with her, and her mom came down from North Carolina, hung out with us.
Right on.
Nice little get together, hung out, did the thing. Yeah, it's good.
Well, it's nice to get out.
Yeah.
I haven't had a vacation in a while. I normally just fish for my vacations. This is vacation.
Can't beat it, really.
For a carp bait, I'll show you. It's something I stumbled across here recently, and man, I was killing at the pond the other day with it. Have a good one. Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, check me out on YouTube, man. It's WannaSeeMyRod.
Perfect. I can't find I'll buzz you on third frame.
All right, man. All right, so I normally just fish with bread balls. Every once in a while I'll do corn and worms, but I've been fishing with bread balls for years, and they work really well. They're just a pain in the ass because you got to find, squishy enough bread that you can squish back out down into a ball. Recently, I started using just bread dough. It's Kroger brand, ready to bake pizza crust. You take and rip off a hunk of it, and then people who catfish will know that Jello or I guess Jello or Kool-Aid, you dip or add it into your bait. I don't know if it's the red dye in it or the sugars, but you basically just take a chunk of pizza dough, dip it in the powder for strawberry Jello, throw it on the hook, and they eat the crap out of it normally. Oh, appreciate it, Josie. Yeah, there's a few other channels that I subscribe to live fishing. I mean, we can't all be fishing, and usually when I'm not fishing, I'm wishing I was fishing, so watching somebody else fish, it's about the next best thing. Nice people, you meet nice people, and you also learn new things. What works for people, what doesn't. And it's always interesting also to see the stuff people are catching. Oftentimes I'm watching people catch fish that you can't catch around here. Like you said, you don't have pike around there, which is unfortunate. This is one of my favorite fish to catch. They're also one of my favorite fish to eat. But yeah, so that's what I carp fish with. It's called a high-low rig. It's usually meant for saltwater fishing or catfishing. It's like an 80 or 100-pound steel leader. And it's got two standoffs on it, which is just a metal T on it, and it keeps the hook from getting tangled. It's got two of those guys. And then at the bottom, just an itty-bitty sinker. If I was fishing in a river or somewhere with current, I'd use a bigger sinker. Oh God, the skeeters are out. That's no fun. But yeah, these dusted dough balls, man, they have been just killing it for me. I've caught more carp and bigger carp than I've ever caught using just plain bread dough. Works wonderful. Move you guys back. What's in there? Carp fish, people, every time I go out and people see me fishing, they're like, oh, what are you fishing for? And when I answer carp, I get the strangest looks from people, and they're like, why? I'm like, you've never caught a carp, have you? They are one of the funnest fighting fish. Pound for pound, I don't know of another freshwater fish species that puts up a better fight. And not only that, they get to be huge in almost every water body they're in. Like I said, a couple of weekends ago, I caught a 18.5-pound common carp. And man, they are so fun to reel in. Especially my carp pole. I don't fish with what people would typically call a carp pole. I fish with my little ugly stick carbons. They're medium light, fast action. And you can just feel everything out of them. And yes, I'm gonna go grab my bug spray. These guys are eating me alive right now. Gross. Yeah, once the sun went down, they just started swarming. I almost did that once. Last year, it was early last year. If I would have landed it, I can almost guarantee it would have been a state record. That thing, you know what a propane tank looks like from a barbecue? You know, they're about EA big around and about that long. This carp looked, yeah, I mean, it was basically a propane tank. Just, I don't know, 32 inches maybe, and just round. And I got it all the way to the bank. And it was thrashing, and I was trying to get it in the damn net, and it snapped my line. And it's flopping around in the shallows, and I'm looking at it, it's like I got a phone in my pocket, my wallet, my keys, and I'm just like, God damn it, I got too much shit in my pockets to get in the water. I should have, though. That's the only fish I've ever caught that I seriously contemplated wading in after it to get it. Yeah, I think the state record here in Montana for common carp it's like 38 pounds or something like that. Fairly sizable. But this one, I mean, I've watched a lot of carp fishing videos. Over in Europe, they catch monsters over there. 'Cause they breed them over there. They have carp ponds. Carp fishing is really huge in Europe. And I've seen, you know, the 30, 40, 50 pounders that they pull out. And this looked like probably a 40 to 50 pound carp. Just incredible. But so fun. It bent my pole over. I picked my pole up and it just for like 30 seconds straight, ran all the way across the river. Took me about 10 minutes to get it back to the bank. And right when I thought I was gonna, you know, get to net it, across the river again. Oh God, they're so fun. I mean, pike, they put up a good fight. A big trout will put up a decent fight, but nothing like a big carp. Shit. There's a bite. I missed it. Man, they like this whopper plopper. Yeah, people always ask me why I fish for carp, and you know, it's the fight. You know, they always ask, "Do you eat them?" It's like, no, I just throw them back, which also angers people. People think they're fish that should be left on the shore to die. And I get that in some places there are invasive species of carp. you know, the Asian carp and stuff like that, they were introduced and absolutely devastate water bodies. But common carp are native to almost every state in the United States. They are one of the few native species in almost every water body. And they're part of the ecosystem. I don't think they're causing any more problems. Yeah, they clean ponds. They eat all the dead shit off the bottom, all the debris, and oh god, these mosquitoes. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to stand getting eaten up here. Yeah, it does suck to lose the big ones, but they're still in there. I go back down to that spot every once in a while and throw my line in. One of these days I'll land that guy. I've caught a couple trout before. I realized you need another license just for them, so I don't fish for them anymore. Matt, I again, through the fishing streams that I've watched on YouTube, it's really interesting to see how different the fishing laws and regulations are in different states. Like there's one species of trout here in Montana that you have to have a special catch card for. It doesn't cost anything extra, but you can't buy it at, you know, Shields or Big Bear or any of the normal tackle places. You have to go to Fish and Game and specifically get the catch card, but it's for bull trout, which is one species of trout that I've never actually caught. I think they're only in a handful of water bodies in western Montana, but they get to be, I think it's one of the biggest trout species here. One of these days I'd love to target them. And we also have golden trout here in Montana, but from what I understand, they're pretty rare. They come out of a lot of like mountain lakes where you literally have to, you can't, you know, drive up park and go fish. You got to drive to a trailhead and hike for frickin' 8 hours to get into these mountain lakes. Which is fun. I don't mind hiking. It's just a lot easier to go and park somewhere and hop out and fish. Shit, usually I don't even like to walk that far from my truck. If I could pull up somewhere and drop my tailgate and fish, that's what I'm doing. But usually not the greatest spots. Oftentimes you do have to put in a little work to find a fishing spot that isn't totally overpressured. But I do pretty good at the local spots. Small game and fishing combo for 21 bucks. That's weird that they charge you an extra charge for trout. I mean, that's just, it's weird to me because you don't really target trout most of the time. I mean, shit, trout will bite off of anything, and the most common bait people use, at least around here, is just worms. And they're a trout magnet. I don't know, I mainly don't like to fish for them because one, they're typically not great fighters. Other than salmon, which are part of the trout family. We have kokanee salmon around here, and they are fun as hell to catch. It's one of the few fish that, you know, they do acrobatics. They jump out of the water. You pull them from, you know, 30, 40 feet deep, and they launch themselves out of the water like a freaking rocket. They'll run at you, they'll run away. They're just so unpredictable. But I'm not a huge fan of trout. Trout, to me, they're one of the most gamey tasting fish out there. Which is bizarre to me, because so many people, that's what they fish to eat. At least around here. I like pike. Pike, if they're bled and filleted properly, if you get rid of all the dark meat around the lateral line, the blood line, They are one of the mildest tasting whitefish. Crappie, we get black crappie around here. I've never caught one, but they're, I mean, 10 inches is a big one, I think. They don't get very big. How big are your crappie there? I mean, is it like perch where you catch a billion of them and you have a fish fry? Because people love eating perch around here too, but again, they're like 8, 10 inches maybe. Honestly, it takes longer to fillet them than it does to eat them. It just seems like such a waste of time to me.
Caught anything?
A couple of little bass, that's it. They were biting on the plopper there for a little bit there. The bite seems to have died.
This was about the time I hit both.
Oh yeah? Yeah, the two biggest that I've seen pulled out of here were off the dock. One off the dock casted towards the tree down there, and one down at the other end cast towards the island. Where'd you catch yours at?
One right here.
Okay.
I got hit by something massive.
Oh yeah?
I pulled so hard that the puppers are flying back at me.
Oh, we got some action on the Carp pole finally. Ah, it's probably the goddamn bats. I forgot about the bats.
Oh, you got a bell on?
Yeah, I got a carp pole in the water, and I forgot once the sun goes down here, the goddamn bats dive bomb the line.
Fuck yeah.
They're always taunting me. Yeah, that's what I mainly fish for down here is carp. I've been trying for a couple of years to pull a lunker out of here. I think the biggest I've caught so far is just under 9 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's down at that end of the pond, there's some big ones down there that I see during spawning season. They gotta be 12, 15 pounds. You alright?
Dude, that was a fucking hog.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's some decent sized bass in here. Again, the biggest one I've seen pulled out of here was probably close to 7 pounds.
Yeah, that's a big fish, bro.
But the next biggest was probably about 4 or 5 pounds. Again, the biggest I pulled out of here was just over 2. ever try fishing the back pond?
Which one?
The hidden pond across the sun?
Oh yeah. I never caught nothing there though.
I've caught a bunch of bullhead. I had a tiger muskie on the line last year. Couldn't land him though. I don't know how big they get back there, but they've been stocking it since the 80s or the 90s. So there are possibly some lunkers back there. And that pond gets almost no fishing pressure. They stock it with bass as well, so there's probably some decent sized ones would come out of there if you could catch the damn things.
Well, I literally fish till I can't fucking see no more.
Fish like what?
Till I can't see no more?
No. Yeah, I don't think we got much more light here.
About 10:30, I can't see no more. I mean, if I had my headlamp, it'd be different. I'd probably stay all night and get in trouble.
I've done night fishing here a few times, and I've never been bothered by anybody.
Really?
FWP stops by here sometimes during the day, but
They
I've
were
never
here
seen them out
yesterday,
there.
actually.
What's that?
They were here yesterday. So they probably won't be back for a while.
Yeah, they pop through here every once in a while. Oh, there was a bite. Damn it. Damn, the bats keep dive bombing me.
I had 2 bites right here in front of the cattails, but
Yeah, that's when I bobber fish for bass. That's normally where I do it from. Is from the dock right there, just casted laterally along the shore. Oh shit! Tripping over shit. Josie's still here. Miyazaki. Hi Mia, welcome back. Wouldn't mind going live if I get 50 subs, but people are so mean to lady fishers live. Man, I mean, I'm not a lady, but the YouTube channels that I've seen that are female fishers, they just absolutely kill it. So many people join women's streams just because it's women. I mean, there's one channel that I watch. What is her name? Skipjack Cindy. She mainly catfishes. I mean, she's an older lady, probably in her 50s, mid-50s. And she's just got loads of people in her channel. I still got my carp pole out here, and I keep thinking I got bites on it, but I forget that frickin' the bats here dive bomb line once the sun goes down. So I don't think I'm actually getting bites. I think it's just the bats harassing me. Oh, okay, so you're in Skipjack's, in Cindy's channel. Yeah, really nice lady. I don't know many of the other people in there. I talked to one of the other regulars in there, Outfish Ontario. He fishes and streams sometimes. He's up in Canada somewhere. But my problem is I'd love to live stream more. It's just I found that so many of the places that I like to fish, that are good fishing, have absolutely terrible cell service. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to try and find some new places to fish that have decent service. I mean, you guys probably can't even see anything now. It's getting so dark here. I think we'll maybe give her another, what is it, 10, 16, maybe another 15 minutes and call her a day. I'll have to come out earlier in the day and try. Yeah, in fact, that's why I came live. I was watching him. I was working on flooring over at my mom's house. Finished up some stuff and came back and sat down in front of the computer and saw he was streaming, so I joined his live. And he was carp fishing, and he was just pulling them out left and right. Like, damn it, I want to go carp fishing. So I bailed on his stream and came down here to try and catch carp. He's a really nice guy, though. There's some action on the carp pole again. I can't tell if it's the bats or if they're a fish on the end. I think this top water's about dead. Try one more cast here. Make her count. All right, no bueno. No more bass. He fishes a lot. Like, I thought I fished a lot. That man is out fishing like almost every day. So does Cindy. I don't know, I think both of them are kind of on hiatus from their jobs. So they're out, they're streaming almost every day. But he fishes a lot of different types of water bodies. I mean, he goes from, you know, tiny little streams to lakes, to rivers. Apparently he's got a boat. I've never seen him out on his boat. He's just been bank fishing all the times that I've watched him. I much prefer to fish from my boat if at all possible. But again, most of the places that I've found that are good fishing in my boat are also terrible reception. He's fun to watch though. He catches quite a bit. All right, I'm gonna pack up a little bit here. I'm gonna leave the camera on. Getting some nibbles, I think, on my carp pole over there. I don't want to pull it out just yet. I want to get my fishing pole holders and stuff pulled out of the ground before I can't find them anymore. Yeah, he's worth a watch. And he's a super friendly guy, super chill. He gets a decent amount of people in his stream as well. Not nearly as many as Cindy gets, but oftentimes I go into his stream and he's got, you know, 25, 50 people in there. I am not sure. I might try and get out tomorrow to fish if the weather's nice. The problem here in Montana is we have very erratic weather. And where I live, it's one of the windiest places in the United States, and that's usually what kills it for me. If it's too windy, I don't enjoy fishing. I might try and pop on tomorrow, though. I don't have a whole lot on my schedule for work. And I'm mostly finished with the flooring that I was doing. So I might drag the son down here to the pond or maybe over to the river and try and do some pike fishing. I'll try and go on sometime tomorrow afternoon. I have another GoPro that I've been meaning to set up. I need to figure out, you can stream, I guess, directly from the GoPro. And I have the media mod thing for it, so it's got a light attachment. So I could actually do night fishing with it. I have not yet had the time to set it all up. Oh, geez. Yeah, we don't, I shouldn't say we don't get tornadoes. Every great once in a while we have a tornado come through, but we have just high wind, hurricane level winds. 50, 60 plus miles an hour sometimes. All right, Josie, well, I appreciate you stopping by and keeping me company. Nice to have somebody to chat with for my first stream. Mia, if you're still there, thank you for joining as well. And what was that guy's name? Boofing Jalapenos, whatever the fuck. Thanks for stopping by. You're a dick, but thanks for stopping by. That was his name, wasn't it? Boofing Jalapenos. Who the fuck names themselves that? We had Angel in here. Yeah, Boofing Jalapenos. That guy. Gotta love the haters. I think you missed it, Mia. Some dude named Boofing Jalapenos came in and said I look like a lawn gnome fresh out of rehab or some shit like that. Fucking funny. People are such dicks. But I think he just popped in, left his lovely comment, and then hopped out. I even thanked him for his lovely comment. He didn't respond again. I gotta love the haters. He ain't gonna hurt my feelings. It's like the time I was fishing underneath the fucking bridge. In fact, that was the carp spot that I was talking about, Josie, that I caught that fucking tank at. I fished under there a couple days in a row trying to get that big fish back on the line. And this guy comes rolling by in a boat. And he slows down. He's like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." He's like, "All right, well, if I come back by again the same time tomorrow, you want me to bring you some food?" This dude thinks I'm fucking homeless. No, it's all good. You don't have to bring me any food. Thanks, though. Yeah, there you go. Garden gnome straight out of recovery. People. But yeah, I have to admit that's not the first time I had people stroll by while I was fishing thinking I was homeless. I always joke with people and tell them I look like a hobo who crawled out of a trash can. So. It's all good. Not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm well aware. Man, these dang fish are still jumping everywhere. No carp bites. I'm surprised. Sometimes carp, they're weird. Sometimes they'll like the bread balls. I fished a couple of places that they just would not eat bread. And I threw out worm, and they liked the worm. I've had much better luck, though, with bread balls than anything else. This guy keeps catching carp. I follow a guy on FishBrain. His name is I Stink. He follows me as well, but he's been out carp fishing all day. I think he's caught 4 or 5 today. Good sized ones too, all 6-7 pounds. I know where he's fishing though, and he's trespassing. He is on private land. But that's funny. The last time I was fishing at this pond, there was this old Hooterite guy that came over and was commenting about my hat. Nah, it's I don't even know what the hell to call it. It's I don't know, Mia, what would you call my hat? I wear beanies all the time. I always wear hats, but this one's just like a thin one. But he came over and he's like, yo, what's under that hat? I'm like, hair? So I pull it off and he's like, oh, I thought you were like Middle Eastern or something. Like, no, just poor white trash. No Middle Eastern. But no, don't be worried about offending me. Oh, well, you can't see anything now. I'm in the shadows here. All you can see is my cigarette. It is. That's a problem I have with most of my other beanies and hats is they're just too thick. I just roast in them. And this one, it's like a really thin material. It's like my fishing shirt, like the thin, silky polyester maybe. So it's really lightweight and it keeps the sun and the bugs off. Super comfy. All right, we got 2 more minutes and I am going to pull out of the water because I can't see a goddamn thing anymore. Usually right about now is when I hook into the monster and then it's just a nightmare trying to net it and get it off the hook. And then I post stuff on FishBrain, so then you're trying to take pictures in the dark and it's just... I don't have rig set up for night fishing properly yet. Yeah, you gotta be. I mean, especially with the sun. I made the mistake the last time I went out. I went out over the weekend and fished. And it was just so hot outside. And I was roasting even in this hat and I took it off and I shouldn't have. I got sunburnt all over my forehead, my nose. I got raccoon eyes. Sunburnt all on the back of my neck. This is miserable. Driving me crazy. I can't see anymore, but I hear the fish splashing. They're still eating stuff off the surface. But I am pleasantly surprised that I finally caught a bass on a plopper. I don't know how many times I've tried throwing plopper down here and got 0 action off of them. Oh, you got sunburnt on your legs? Yeah, see, I learned that lesson. Last year I fished in shorts a lot. And not only did I look ridiculous, I'm brown from the knees down and Casper the Ghost from the knees up, but get eaten by bugs and it's just, yeah, I wear long sleeve and pants pretty much anywhere I go fishing these days. It ain't worth it getting sunburnt and eaten up by the bugs. Definitely much hotter, but I'll take roasting over getting fried. Still recording. Yeah, it looks like the GoPro's still recording. I'll have to see if now it stopped. I acknowledge that it's still recording and it's like, nope, I'm done. Oh, I hate that. I seriously hate sunburns. I got burnt so bad last year so many times. It's hard, you know, especially during the dead of the summer, coming out and fishing during the day and not, you know, wearing a tank top or something like that. But the sunburns, they're just not worth it. I invested in a handful of these thin fishing shirts, and they're much more comfortable than, you know, a normal long sleeve, and you don't get sunburnt like you do in a t-shirt or a tank. All right, I'm gonna hop over and pull in my pole here. I'll be back in a sec. Can't see anything.
Damn, I had to go get my fucking plopper out of the tree.
Oh shit.
Fuck, bro, I couldn't see shit. Had to wade into my waist.
That is unfortunate.
Poor shit.
Yeah, I fish the Vaughn Bridge on the Sun River quite often. I've lost two of my favorite lures on the goddamn power line over there.
You do any good over there?
Haven't had the greatest luck this year. Last year, I absolutely cleaned up on pike down there. We pull them 3-4 out, you know, every time I go.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some big ones that come out of there too, 15, 16 plus pounders. But this year, I've been down there a couple of times. I caught one. It was the first fish I caught this year, I caught down there.
Oh, right on.
But there have been so many people fishing that spot this year. It's crazy. But they do still come through there. I see people, I post on, you ever heard of the app called FishBrain? You should check it out. There's quite a few local fishermen that post on there. You post a picture of the fish, you know, what you caught it on, and you can see where people are catching stuff, what they're catching it on. Really handy, especially if you're looking for new fishing spots or new things to try at old fishing spots. But I started posting my catches there from last year. Good God, people just swarm that place.
Yeah, I know that's how it was with that little marina spot. I pulled like four pike out of the week. And next thing I know, it's just a fucking pack.
Yeah. Alrighty. Cheers, that guy down. Gotta pull my gut. Now I gotta climb the fucking tree and pull my plopper out of it. It's pitch black out here, and he's fishing near the trees and got his whopper plopper stuck in a tree. It sucks. All right, what else we got? Can you guys, I don't know how well the audio is. Can you hear, you know, him talking down there or no? Oh. Well, I can't see a goddamn thing. I'm out ski. Load my stuff back up. What did I do with my tackle box? There it is. okay. Yeah, he was just complaining that he's been fishing plopper. Apparently he's been here the last few nights. I was catching some good stuff on his plopper, but he just launched her into the tree down there. I was telling him I've done that. A couple of my favorite lures are hanging from a power line by one of my favorite fishing holes. It makes me sad every time I go fishing there. See him dangling. Yeah, I have a nice external mic that I bought. I used it one time, but I need to figure out the settings on it. It was really muffled. I didn't like the way that it sounded when I was editing the video to post. Ooh, shit. No, I wasn't trying to catch birds. It's a really cramped fishing spot. It's underneath a bridge, and then there's a little bit of access to the right side of the bridge, a little bit of access to the left side of the bridge. And where I've caught the biggest fish from is on the right-hand side of the bridge, and there's a low-hanging power line that's, 20 feet off from the bridge. And it's just the deep hole where you're trying to cast to is right beyond the power pole, so you're trying to, underhand whip it and get it into the hole, but not onto the power line. And man, every other cast, it gets real close to the power line. I mean, it's a gamble every fucking time you cast. And a couple of those times I gambled and lost. I will say, though, I had it caught up on the power line a couple of times and managed to get it down. And pulled a couple of lures off in the process. So I think I've lost 2 lures there, and I've gained 3 from the power line. So I'm still up 1. No, well, it's going across a river. I think it's a power line for a water pump or something a farmer's got over there. It's not one of the utility power lines. So it's pretty low hanging. And there's quite a collection of lures over there. I always joke and say it looks like a fucking Christmas tree. The decorations. There's a couple of places that I fish that are like that. There's a place near me called Moroni Dam, and I don't even know what it is. It's like a tension wire or something that runs across the river below the dam. And there are literally hundreds of lures that are caught up in it. Every time I go there, there's more. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But again, where the wire is that runs across, the good place to cast is right under it, so you pretty much gotta cast at it to get your line in the hole. Oh, I gotta find the damn keys. Oh, what are they doing with the keys? Oh, where are you? There we go. Holy shit, what'd I do? I enabled green screen. I don't know how I managed that. Oops. Alright, how do I turn that off? That's weird. There we go. I hit a button at the green screen. It's like if you want to add, hold on a sec, I think I can demo it here. It's like if you want to add a background. There's a pike from my most recent trip to Pishkin Reservoir. what these other things are. Just allows you to add a static background. Alrighty. Well, again, Josie, I appreciate you stopping by to hang out and talk. I'm gonna try and go live. It'll probably be, I don't know, 11 o'clock or noon Mountain Standard Time. So if you want to swing by again, I think I'm gonna try and hit up a different spot. I think I'm gonna try and do some pike fishing tomorrow. Yeah, everybody else that joined, looks like we still have 4 people here. Nobody else is chatting. 7 people now, of course, now that I'm leaving, everybody's joining. But thanks for stopping by to chat and to watch and hang out. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. I don't know if I'm gonna actually post the video from this. But anyways, this was my first live stream. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna try and get on again probably tomorrow sometime around noon Mountain Standard Time. We'll try and hit up one of the local pike fishing spots, see if we can catch something a little more interesting than baby bass. But alright guys, I'm gonna head out. Have a good one.